Discretion is advised.
If you just know you're that girl,
yeah,
you just have no choice but to be that girl. And I feel like I'm that girl.
What if you don't wake up feeling like that girl? How do you be that girl?
You need to go back to sleep and wake back up again so you can feel like that girl.
There you have it, child. That's why I feel like I'm the T. I feel like I'm the T because I work at being the T. Like, no shade. I'm not the T just because a bunch of bitches like me and live for me because we all homegirls. I'm the T because I'm the motherfucking T. And that's just sad. I mean, that's just what it is. People legit in the world love to live for food. Love to live for food. You love to live for your bald head homegirl that do bald head whole shit. It's clear that I'm working at being the C, so girl, let me be the C. Like, give me that. Give me my flowers.
Hello, everyone. Hello, honey. So sorry to keep you all waiting, child. Had a snack. Okay, girl. Girl, had to get myself together, honey. Okay. Oh, girl. It was worth it. Anyway, bitch. I've also been drinking a little bit tonight, girl, because we're going to be light here today, but we're also going to be going there, girl. We have to serve some truth and justice. A lot of things have been happening around the world, honey. More specifically here at home, child. There's been a lot of things going on, girl. So we're going to get into some things. So before we do all that, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hello, God, because we all know that sharing is caring, honey, okay? And please tap that notification bell. That way you'll never miss an upload from YB Speaks, bitch, okay? And, all right, follow me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, girl, and you have Instagram, shame on you, bitch. It is at YB Speaks, girl, okay? And my business page at Tika Naturals. All right, coming soon. I've been saying that, but coming soon. Okay. Yes, if you would like to bless the Cash App, it is YB Speaks 19, girl. All right. Yes, God, honey. Shout out to everybody who is here in the building. Throw a scale up in the chat, honey. Hello, God. The scales of justice in the chat, if you can hear me, okay. For the most part, I do not plan on being visible. So we're going to be doing this from here, honey, okay? What's up, Lex? How you doing? I don't know. I'm going to get on that other phone of mine to make sure, because that is the only thing I can see in the chat. And sometimes these girls on StreamYard be trying it, honey, okay? So let us make sure that we are heard, honey. Oh, we can be heard. Amen. We can be heard. Whew, girl. We will be getting into Chasing Dallas. I guess I can just go ahead because I don't have many thoughts on this episode. Although I will say this was an amazing episode. I love how it's all just coming together, girl. I really do. It's really coming together. And I'm here for all that shit. I'm here for all of it. Girl, what's going on? Why can't I see? Okay. I'm here for all of it. Okay. What's up, Lynn Ray? How you doing? Yeah, for some reason, I'm able to see it on my other phone, but I can't see it live in here. All right, so I guess that's how I'll just keep up with the chat for this evening, honey, okay? But like I said, there wasn't much going on and for me to really get into too much with this past episode of Chasing Dallas, honey. But I will say this, though. Finally, girl, finally, finally, we saw Dior working, girl. Stop it, I say. Stop it, I say. I was girl, I was like, oh, this is going to be a 1-minute scene, girl, okay? But no, it gave me what I needed. He did that hair from start to finish. I know that they had to speed up some of that shit, hello God, because doing what he was doing seemed like it was going to take 1,000,000+ years. So I'm glad they swiftly, moved right on along with that scene. But finally, We got to see Dior do a piece of hair, girl. So I can't talk shit no more about not seeing Dior do what he claims, King Beautiful girl, slays the girls, an iconic in the industry girl. Now we finally get to see that. Amen. So I'm here for that. What's up, BB? How you doing? What's up, KK? How are you? Yes, honey. Welcome to everybody in the chat, honey. But yes, girl, finally we got an opportunity to see Dior work. So I was very pleased with that. And he did an amazing job. I loved every bit of it. I'm going to tell you this though. Hairstylists, anybody in the beauty industry or hair industry or whatever, I noticed that they talk a lot. And I'm going to tell you, I've went to the salon a couple times in my younger life to get my hair done before. And just to do box braids took this one bitch about 6,000 years, girl. So, and most of it was because she loves to talk and she loves to stop and she loves to go out and get something to eat and take a break. When I've had girls in the hood or, friends, touch my head, and when I mean these girls are top-notch braiders, were able to get done with box braids within an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we talked a lot and we laughed a lot and we took plenty of smoke breaks. But she was done, girl. Because when she was working, she was working. Okay? But I understand that. That's, a lot of times we've always heard that clients, look at their hairstylists or their beauticians or whatever as their therapist, girl. They walk through life hand in hand. So, and it helps with the client, relationships, I guess, making them feel loved and wanted and, invested in their stories, girl. So I'm here for that. I was here for the scene. Finally, again, Dior was a working bitch at what he originally started doing. So they had this conversation about like his hand being in all these mini pots and things of that nature. And it's just like, it's, are you successful at all of those things? But nonetheless, multiple hustles, I'm here for it. But again, as a viewer, I want to see more of what it was you first were introduced to us about. Because again, you obviously are doing it out of your house or a room, girl, or that you turn into a little place. Again, I understand it may not be the right season for the shop. We already dealt with fraudulent landlords and things of that nature before. So I could understand him probably not wanting to get back into the whole leasing situation. But again, it would have been so good to have seen that process. We heard Robert touch on it in the last episode where he was like, hey, I showed up for Dior. I helped him, paint his shop and everything, before it crumbled down like an old ass cookie, but I was there. It would have been so good to just see that, and obviously cast members were in the building. So it would have been nice to film that process, not just you and your homeboy in the goddamn, Home Depot girl in the paint aisle acting like y'all know what y'all doing. But I digress. I'm here for all of that. Dior is handsome, but I don't care for a forced scene. I can't stand when my hairstylist talks too much. This is my time to be relaxed and not care. I don't want to hear your problems. Ooh, girl. Period. YB, is Robert in love with Dior? Because this hate makes no sense. I'm going to break that down to y'all. I'm going to definitely break down that dynamic to y'all because believe it or not, I kind of get it. I'm a hood ass bitch, okay? I recognize hood law. I recognize the unsaid rule of law within the streets, girl, okay? So I'm going to break that down for y'all, okay? So, and that ties in perfectly with Robert's scene with his gay mother. And the gay mother was not here for any of it. And that's exactly what the elders will do, girl. Put you in your motherfucking place. And they don't want to hear about you and another one of their children, child, going back and forth with one another. Girl, don't bring your shit to me. I don't want to hear about it because I love both of y'all. And I don't want to hear you bash my friend, my child, my brother, my sister, whoever, girl. I don't want to hear you talking about them to me, because then I might have to read you your rights, and I'm trying to get these nails, girl. I'm trying to get these pressed on nails by Robert Ray, honey. I'm not trying to sit here and ruin that relationship. This girl, the girl needs her nails, bitch. Okay. But I loved how she shut that down, and Robert was just, you could tell he felt some type of way, like, oh wow. So this is what I have to say, Robert. You continuously speak out in riddles, mind you, because there's something deeper going on here. There has to be. But again, we're going to break some things down, at least from my perspective, what I think is happening here, where all this energy is coming from. I feel like, Robert, you continuously say that you don't give a fuck. You don't care about what's going on between you and Dior. You don't care about Dior. You don't care about Dior. What's up, Shed Pearl? How you doing, boo? Welcome, honey. Hello, God. I want to say this. So you don't care, you don't care, you don't care, which shows that you care, how much you care. You said that since episode 1, I believe, girl. You don't care. You don't care. And then with all of this, ghost of an animosity, girl, hello God, running rampant throughout this group. And it shows in the scenes. We saw it in this last episode with, Robert and Trey's just the tension of it all. You can cut it with a gay knife, child. I'm telling you. But so this is what I believe. I believe because Robert is so hell-bent, and rightfully so, on the structure, hello God, the integrity, hello God, of brotherhood, bitch. In the hood, especially when you are of our type of community, girl, hello God, you are automatically ostracized. Robert talked heavily about his relationship with his brother. Every time that conversation comes up, he gets heavily emotional. We also see, when I talked about being ostracized from your own community, especially being considered a hood thug gay, honey, hello God. You had a lot of street credibility. You had a lot of homeboys, child, a lot of toxic thugs, child, that you was friends with. Now they turned away. Both in everything you pretty much are seeing about Robert Ray here, and here's a shameless plug, girl, because I'm not ashamed to say it. If you really want to get to know Robert Ray for real, please check out the interview that I did with him last year. Was it last year or the year before last? I forget. But if you haven't had a chance, if you are just now joining the platform, or maybe you just weren't aware that he, interviewed with me, it is on my platform. Please go check the interview out, because everything that he's talking about, pretty much, the ills and wills of life that he's experienced, and the thing with his brother child, please get into that interview, girl, and you will get your life. It was a great conversation. I don't even look at that as like an interview, girl. I don't even look at none of my interviews. I'm sitting down with people, girl. We're getting in depth, girl. We're having real life conversations, girl. Hello, God. I know I haven't done an interview in a while, so you may have forgot, hello, God, of my Barbara Walters status, bitch. But here's the reminder. Get into it. But I believe because Robert stands so heavily on integrity and loyalty and friendship and brotherhood and things of that nature, family, community. Once you do something, if you break the rules of the friendship, because I guarantee you, when you have a social group of friends and y'all are so tight to the point where you're calling everybody brothers and shit, girl, cousins and shit, uncles and shit, aunties, mothers, fathers, whatever, girl. You should not be fucking the friends of the friends, girl. That's just the tea. You ain't. Remember that season when Trey Howard, girl, I believe that he was on the chopping block because he was having some type of relationship with one of the kids of the house, and Dior wasn't having that. Which I also thought was weird, because Dior was also fucking a gay father, I believe, at the time. So it's just like, or he did something. I forget, girl. But you ain't supposed to lay down with family, so to speak. That's a big no-no. So I believe that's where Robert, he takes real offense to that, because going through losing everyone because of you want to live in your truth, girl, You represent the hood, girl. You are from the streets, girl. You have not only been stripped of all of that, you had to gain that back because Robert did end up later on in life, hello God, gaining most of his hood credibility back, if not all of it. You know, when you stand in your own, girl, and we talked about this in an interview, like when you niggas hate it when you're hiding. Believe it or not, I think that's what people hate the most because I think that's why there's so much hate from the so-called cis heterosexual black male community, girl, the toxic black male community, girl, where it's like they don't like you hiding. Because if you notice all the like the so-called punks or the fags or whatever you want to call them, girl, like the sissies, girl, when they prance around in the projects, they don't really get picked on. They dealt with that growing up in middle school and high school and shit like that. But once they become an adult or whatever, the hood kind of already knows who they are. You know, look at Omar, girl. He was the thug top gay honey in The Wire, girl. May homeboy rest in peace. You know the hood oh they go Omar bitch. You know, eventually that you'll get your credibility because niggas love when you stand in your own on your shit. They for some reason they don't live for hidden figures, girl. So Robert did end up getting back, you know, most if not all of his hood credibility and then forging this family when you didn't have any. You know, especially when you're in that process of finding yourself, girl, when you're coming out the closet, whether you're a hood gay or whether you're just gay or whatever the case may be, trans, whatever part of the spectrum, period, girl, there's that moment when you do come out. And we talked about this, I believe, the first season of the Yes God Roundtable, girl. Get into it, bitch, okay? But we talked about when you come out the closet, girl, there's this long phase that you go through, whether it be fashion, music, you know, the creative arts, you know, just trying to find your lane. Where do you fit in on this spectrum? You know, like, are you a butch queen? Are you a femme queen? Are you a Robert type, like trade girl? Are you serving trade girl? Realness, bitch? You know, like you're really trying to find yourself. And some takes many years. Some never find themselves. Some find themselves very quickly. Again, that's what I'm loving about this generation. They're really finding themselves pretty fast, which is questionable too, because I feel like experiences help you really settle into where you're going to be. And I feel like young folks don't have enough experience yet to truly place themselves. That's why I'm against a lot of the shit that I do see happen in the younger, you know, LGBTQ community. But we'll talk about that at another time. But, you know, I just feel like Robert stands on different types of principles. And it can be hard for certain people to understand that. I understand it, but I don't respect the way that he's going about it. Okay? That's just period. I just don't like the way that Robert is. Let me tell you something. Real niggas are going to always keep it 100. We're not going to allow too much smoke to enter the room because when there's too much smoke, there's confusion. Things can get lost in translation. If I love you enough, hello God, because see, if you don't care about a bitch, okay, girl, well, let the smoke build. But if you truly care about someone, if you truly care about someone, you will have a real conversation with them. You won't mix your words. You'll be very clear. And a lot of times you will have to remove your emotion from that conversation because you'll start bringing up shit that person did to hurt you. We're not here to too much talk about what hurt. We're here to talk about what can we do to heal this and move forward if we can. Again, in a lot of instances, girl, the kids be out here beating dead horses. And it hurts even more because you've been friends, you know, all of these years. And then you realize that you got to beat a dead horse. It's pointless. We hold on to things longer than what the fuck we should. Sometimes you have to let it go. And then once you let it go, are either of you going to even try to do any of the work? Both or one? Because we keep forgetting that friendships, brotherhoods, family type ships, or any kind of relationship requires work. And not labor pain type of work. Okay? It should be effortless when you know one another enough. That's the problem that we have here is that we have two brothers. Dior kind of just like, girl, please, because he's busy trying to do X, Y, and Z. And I understand that mentality. He kind of internalizes everything and tries to move about and ain't going to bring up nothing if you ain't going to bring it up. So I do feel like Robert, knowing that that's the kind of mentality and personality that Dior has, you seem like, outwardly you be trying to show girl that I'm that nigga and I'm going to tell the kids how I really feel. And you do it in such a way that people don't want to have a conversation with you. So nothing's ever going to get done. You have to first digress, bitch. Okay. You have to remove your emotion from it so that you can effectively articulate where you're coming from. Because all of your stuff, Robert, is coming off as very shady. But through all of that, I can tell that you really care. Because if you divinely, definitively, hello God, did not care, you would not be bringing it up as much as you do. And with the vitriol that you serve it. Hello God. So to answer the question previously, I don't believe that Robert is in love with Dior or they ever had anything like that. I understand the type of relationship dynamic that they all have. The way that, especially how he described it in this past episode, it's exactly where I have stood with a lot of people in my life. You have to create your own families because of, for me, it was foster care. I made a lot of great friends growing up. We trauma bonded like a motherfucker. And, some people stayed for the journey and a lot of people didn't. And the ones that get remain are the ones that I'm grateful for. And we forged family type of ships. Okay. But again, Robert, in order to be effective in any avenue, girl, and this is with boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, new friends, hello God, every type of relationship, you're going to have to learn that in order to effectively communicate your feelings, you have to remove those feelings sometimes. Because you're making people want to whoop your ass at this point. When we can tell, well, at least I can tell, that the dropped relationship that you have with Trey Howard, the dropped relationship that you have with Dior is really fucking with you. And just like every hood nigga, what I hate what y'all do is y'all go on the offensive, girl. Y'all go, hold on, the defensive. That's what it is, the defensive, girl. Y'all love, love, love to get mad first, start selling out first, getting angry first. Hello God, instead of calming your ass down so you can see the forest through the trees. And a lot of y'all be out here arguing or trying to get your point across. So you only listen to respond. You're not listening to understand when it comes to the other person. So Robert, like, you really got to get it together. And someone teach him how to read, girl. I love him, and I feel like I'm giving Robert a lot, but like I need someone. He needs to learn how to read the girls down. His reads have not been landing for me. Leave that up to us, girl. The femme gays, girl. Like, we know how to gather a bitch. Y'all hood niggas, y'all don't have enough cultural references. Hello God, to lay the girls out the way that we can. We are raised, hello God, off movies, shows, a plethora of music, a plethora of comedies, girl. Hello God. Those were our places of refuge, bitch. So when I look at RuPaul's Drag Race, them girls read down. I don't watch the show, but from the clips and things that I've seen, look at all of the, Noah's Ark, girl. Like, we read down, okay? I've never seen a hood gay nigga know how to read before. He don't even really try it too much, but he's got a little zest. He's got just a little tiny zest, a little piece of lemon zest, girl, from lemonade, from drinking too much lemonade from Chick-fil-A, girl. Yes. Let's get into some of these comments real quick. I like how open Robert is now. He can just approach Dior Talking, crying, Trey in the cast. Yes, girl, stop talking. Yes, there is no such thing. There's no such thing as a shameless plug. Okay, Barbara. Okay, yes. Hey, Spicy Original, how you doing? An F word is a limp cigarette by definition. I have never met a man who fits that definition. Point being, misused words do not define who you are. Amen. Shout out, honey. Yes, get those likes up, y'all. Yes, God. My new name for YB is Yaba. I like that. That's the issue, Robert. He doesn't know how to verbalize his hurt correctly, and I think that's why Dior is dodging him. Rob will attack him, not intentionally, because he doesn't communicate. Oh, period. Exactly. That would take a certain level of emotional. Child, let me tell you something, and I do feel like that is exactly what the human race lacks. Most, if not damn near all, honey, I guess that's what most means. um, Men specifically, and well, women too, because the way y'all react sometimes lets me know y'all ain't doing self work either. So I guess that's why I just want to put it all up. The human race, period, men and women alike, the majority suffer from a lack of emotional intelligence. In order to achieve self awareness, you have to be that much self aware to be able to pull your shit apart and pick out all the toxic behaviors, pick out all of the negative Nancy. You know what I'm saying? You may not be able to get it all, but you got to continuously do the work. That way you're plucking it. I have to do that too, girl. Sometimes I can get lost in the petty of it all. Sometimes I can get lost in the savage mode of it all, girl. I have to constantly sometimes remind myself, and at least every couple of months, sit myself down, have a damn drink, and say, girl, calm down. It's not that serious. But the crux of it all is being able to peel back thine own layers. We talk about that all the time over here, girl. Hello, God. You got to be willing to do the work. And that's the problem with Dior. He keeps running away, and I get it because he's not looking for a confrontation. He's looking for a healing. And the Robert right now is not representing a healing type of Robert. So Dior's not even going to entertain a one-on-one conversation because he can tell that Robert's energy is not ready for that right now. But my thing is this, girl, we family, right? I'm not finna try to wait on shit. I mean, I'll give you your breathing space. You know what I'm saying? But after 30 days, girl, I'm going to have to reach out to you. We keep on who's going to do it first. It shouldn't matter. If you love each other, you'll just do it. If you care about the relationship, you'll just do it. But I understand the mentality behind, girl, please, I'm not reaching out first. I get it. I do. That would say, I think Robert is speaking his truth. He is convicted in his feelings about loyalty. Amen. Being honest, Dior is not loyal. He may be going through a cycle, but he is choosing self over truth. Choosing oneself is not being disloyal. I come from a dysfunctional family and I choose myself. Amen. I hope they're all going to therapy, to be honest. I used to internalize and then blew up. Now I address the issues in the moment without emotion. You have to remove the emotion, girl. And I actually agree with both of you, Lex and BB. I feel like, but it depends on the situation. It depends on, what's going on. But I think a lot of times, more specifically when you're dealing with black gay men, there's this pride and this ego that is, times 20 for us in this community, girl, to be honest with you. Gay men are way more than a lot of cis women. Hello, God. Black gay men are a lot more than, the toxic, black man sometimes. Let's tell the truth. The vanity that runs within our blood, girl. We're not about to bow down and cower. That's a sign of weakness. But then, will anything ever be able to get accomplished if we're just sitting around this bitch never having a conversation because you're too busy trying to pluck your chest hairs out, girl, rather than. Anyway, I didn't want to stay on that too long, but that's what I feel about their relationship. Um, what else in this episode? Oh, Trey Howard. Let's talk about him and his father real quick. Um, we did a deep dive on this the last time we had this discussion about Trey Howard's situation. Um, I think James Davis, which is his boyfriend, gave him some of the best advice that there is. He has to want it for himself. You can want something for someone else all day long, girl. You may want this relationship with your father, and we know it. You yearn for this. When we think of season 4, I believe that's where we're at now. Season 4. When we think of season 4, Trey Howard, we will now be marked we're not going to look at you as the stylist, Trey. We're going to look at you as the boy with father issues. And the props that I give you for bringing that here, hello God, because I don't see a lot of other girls out here doing that. They too scared to get vulnerable. They're too scared to, peel those layers back, girl. And I believe this version of Trey Howard should make people, because it's probably going to make me go watch the show that he had. Remember, he had his spinoff. So, and he dives a lot into the family situations, girl, in that show from what I can see. So, shout out to Markel for producing the hell out of that situation, because that's a good marketing strategy at the same time. Like, bitch, we gonna pull on your heartstrings yet again. And for those that didn't catch Trey Howard's show, because let's tell the truth, it really didn't do all that well. But I think by seeing what we're seeing with Trey Howard, it should make folks want to go over there and watch it. It's going to make me want to go over there and watch it. Especially his fine ass brother. Hello, God. Yes, girl. Yes, a piece of Trey will make me watch the show. Yes, God, honey. Okay. I'm just playing, but no, I'm not. Let me get some of this drink, honey. Yes, hopefully it didn't freeze. Oh my God, it froze. Come on, girl. I made a frozen margarita, girl. I drank the whole, well, this is the last of the blender, girl. I cleaned up, girl. I played Mariah Carey's Rarities album through and through, bitch, while I was getting the house together, girl. Hello. Yes, just got finished eating a snack. Bitch. I'm feeling good, girl. Period. And now we're here chatting. But yeah, you gotta want it. The other person has to want it too. And unfortunately, in Trey Howard's situation, I don't want to speak too much on this because, again, I don't know the ins and outs. But if this follows the same trend as most situations, we could surmise that his father is just trash. And again, when you have a person that knows that they left their child out in the cold, right? So alone, so afraid. And especially they're LGBT, girl, and Trey Howard ain't just gay, honey. He's gay, girl. Okay, I was surprised, but I was yet happy that Trey Howard showed up to the meeting with his father. Well, the meeting that never really happened, but I was happy that he showed up as himself. But I felt like, because I truly feel like the gay thing is probably what his father holds the most against Trey, I felt like Trey should have toned it down a little bit in the fashion department. But I felt so stupid thinking that at the same time, because I was like, girl, why would he dumb down himself for a nigga who ain't never been there and who didn't even show up? So it would have been a fool to come there to put on, hello God, the hood ensemble, the male aesthetic, girl, And let's be honest, as a viewer, you would have been confused because we've never really seen Trey Howard like completely boy it up before. So if we probably would have called him out. Yeah, so I'm 2-2 on that. I'm always here for just being yourself. But I noticed that really wasn't too much of a conversation they was having. But Trey Howard, girl, I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this with your sorry ass daddy. You have to understand, baby, that when these people know that they have done what they've done to you, to meet with you has to come with conversations of the past. The why. Hello, God. All of the whys start. And when you do that, that person is forced to meet, hello, God, the self that left you. They have to admit, they have to face the man in the mirror. Again, people lack emotional intelligence. It requires too much work, girl. The trauma that you get, child, not only the trauma you got from the experience when it happened to you, but to live your life all these years and bury that shit in your subconscious, girl, and then have to actually do the work to lift all that up from the grave. Huh. Girl, you're re-traumatizing yourself. A lot of people ain't as strong as you think they are. Hello. Oh, this is so good. But James Davis gave some really good advice, girl. And you can't, like I said before, Trey, you can't wish on a star, girl, and wonder where they are, girl. Just because you see your man's in his relationship with his family. We can't have what everybody else has. It sucks because in a lot of ways, the things that you're asking for, and look how he talked about his mother and his family and how they only come around when they need stuff. You recognize those behaviors, let them go, girl. I'm telling you, it's not even, it's the only thing these people hate about him is he's gay. And he's just not gay, he's gay. These are the type of people that would accept a Robert Wade as their, son or brother, girl, or whatever, versus the Trey Howard. I've heard that a lot of times growing up in the black community, girl, that, damn, you're the type of gay that takes dick, or you're the sissy, or you're the feminine one. It's a war, girl, I'll tell you, it's a war on femininity, girl. The only time they want you to be, girl, they only want you to be feminine when they fucking you, girl, and beating your ass. Hello, God. Girl, please. I'm telling you, that's the only contributing factor to why he ain't got no relationship with none of them. And based on that truth alone, Trey, move on, girl. Move on. It ain't worth it no more. Live your life, child. You tried, and what Aaliyah said, first you don't succeed, you dusted yourself off, you tried again, okay? They denied it, now you gotta walk right on by it. Okay, girl, period. Trey is yearning for love that he will take any crumb thrown at him. Yeah. And we talk about Jet Jeff. And when we talk about his domestic violence relationship, girl, and how he was raised watching his father beat up his mother, and he was beating the kids, girl, and we think that that's acceptable. We absorb those experiences, and a lot of times the response of trauma, we'll think, oh, this is love, and people will also use that. I think his family showed their colors. Trey wants a relationship with you guys. You hear him calling out, crying out, damn near, girl, to want a connection with you all. So even if you're only hooking up with him to go to Waffle House, girl, real quick, it's because you're going to ask him for money and he's probably going to give it to you. He paid for the Waffle House. Hello, God. Y'all need help with the rent, girl, car payment, or paying a babysitter, or whatever the case may be. Have dinner with him that he's going to end up paying for. They know how to look for those signs and take advantage of your brokenness. But I don't look at Trey as a victim. I'm not gonna lie. Trey, you're stronger than you know, baby. Period. Now you know about these people. Now you're free from these people. Period. I do want to move on to this Kiki event. I really looked at this as like a trust fall exercise. I looked at this as a retreat. Well, you got a good job. I've never done this before, but I hear, and I see the movies and the shows and stuff, girl, and I've known a couple of people that went on corporate retreats, where they learn, how to be more professional in the workplace and get to know their coworkers better. And, they do trust falls and they do all these different exercises and shit, right? I didn't look at this as an event because as she was talking about it, right, as Kiki was presenting this, I'm thinking in my head that this is going to be a real ball with other people other than the cast joining. And I thought they were going to take this very seriously. But as I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I love the fact that all of these bitches are finally having fun, girl. Like, girl, having fun. I'm here for that. Have your fun, girl. And don't care. Even DeAndre, even though that raggedy bitch and no one lives for her. And she, girl, please. And she's built like fucking Wreck-It Ralph and falling down on the fucking shit. And it was hilarious, but not laughing at him kind of funny to me. It was laughing with it was so comical. And Kiki, how dare, these girls don't know nothing about no ballroom. So just to see everyone let loose and have so much genuine fun, I'm here for it, girl. Like I was enjoying everyone. Even, again, like I said, even DeAndre in his church picnic outfits, girl, were sending me. I was here for it. Girl, we're not, Robert was taking it to, girl, Robert just, we gotta talk, Robert. Your energy just be sending me sometimes. Girl, let these hoes have fun. Okay? And Kiki, we sit here and we talk about Legendary. And how dare you try to school the girls on Legendary when you're literally falling around. And now I know why a lot of the girls keep long hair. Because you need it in your dancing act. Every time we see Kiki roll around on that floor, she's shaking her hair like she's Beyonce. No, ma'am. You're not legendary, you're not a statement, and you're definitely not a star. Period. When is someone going to tell her the truth? You put this whole thing together, and some of these girls actually danced a little better than you, and you're supposed to be on your way to legendary status. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I do feel like this scene was a million years, but it was fun to watch. Finally, no one's fighting, no one's arguing, no one's going through a lot of foolishness. So I was here for that. Ooh, girl. I hate when I finish the drink itself, but the ice is just still there. We gotta pour some more. Yes, girl, we gotta pour that. I almost fell. No, ma'am. But it was fun to watch. We're not gonna take it too seriously. Yes, girl. Let's go ahead and finish that. Ooh, hold on one second, y'all. But yes, girl. Fucking I think that's it. That's all I really wanted to talk about when it came to Chasing Dallas. But let's talk about some other shit, girl. Let's talk about some real things happening in the world real quick. That's why I titled this Can't Be Reality. So, I hate to say this, right? Yes, I'm getting hammered, girl. I will go. Let's take it. Yeah, Kiki's a nice girl. She seems like very sweet. That's why I hate saying the things that I'm saying, but no one else is saying it. No one's gonna pull this girl to the carpet of life and be like, "Girl, you're trash." Like it's yeah. Stick to teaching, please. Oh, girl, I need more ice. Ugh. Oh, girl, no. What is that? Sorry, girl. I didn't mean to. Hold on. Yeah, that needs a little more. Mm. Yes, girl. I need a cigarette. Well, girl, I ran out. Oh, Lord, the night is not gonna be good. Um. Okay, let's talk about this briefly because I actually something just came up. Yes, something just came up, girl. Gotta go. Gotta go. Now. Yes, girl. Mm. Anyway, what's going on in Tennessee, girl? Let's talk about Justin Pearson, I believe his name is, and Justin Jones. And I forgot the white lady's name who was also expelled from their House of Representatives, child. And girl, stop it. I'm trying to get to a serious topic and you just reminded me about something that I did want to talk about. Oh my God, Lon D got robbed, girl. Girl. And so basically he calling Ted the ugly. That's what he's saying. Girl, I didn't say it. Lon D said it. Girl. God, stop. Let's okay, so moving on, girl. We gotta move on. Um I don't know if y'all keeping up what's going on over there, but to watch I'm getting tingles now thinking about it. It might be the drink, but it's also the way that this particular topic makes me feel. Um, I don't know if you guys, again, I don't know if you guys are keeping up, but basically there are three representatives who were recently expelled from their House of Representatives, girl. Um, Based on just the fact that when you speak truth to power, you will be exiled. You will be shunned. You will be silenced. And in this particular case, they tried to do all of those things. And the key word is try. Because the stage, girl, when I tell you, the stage that is set before these two particular gentlemen, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, they are going to eat forever off of this. And what I mean by that is we are living in the age where not just social media has taken over media. Let's tell the truth. We no longer rely on Fox News and CNN anymore. We also rely on the bloggers and the vloggers and the ones that are credible. Let's tell the truth. The ones that are credible, who are not going to be out here giving misinformation, who are not going to be out here being biased, girl. They're going to run the truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God. We're also living in a time where young people are taking more of a front seat instead of a back seat, girl, to democracy, to the political process, girl. These young folks are actually in the action. They're in the thick of it all, girl. These people are going to be sitting around here, girl, having the nerve and the caucasity of it all to try to silence these young brothers and that white woman who stood up for their constituents, who stood up for the people that elected them. And they get expelled because they're speaking the truth. Girl, I heard a story because I don't follow much of what goes on in Tennessee, to be honest with you. Because it's the foundation, it's the bedrock of racism. Hello, God, slavery and death to people of color. Let's tell the truth. You sit here, and the way that these men and that woman was treated, how they were talked to, as if they didn't exist, as if they were not elected officials. Justin Jones was pushed to the ground. He was assaulted by another representative in the House. Has it on video. He was basically cussed out and harassed by, I believe it's the chairman, I forget his name. Again, I don't follow much what's going on over there, but this story is everywhere, girl. You can't not turn on anything and not see these young brothers. This is like modern day Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, girl, especially with the speeches that these two young men gave, girl, which are still moving through every fucking article right now in the news and the media, whatever you want to call it, girl. How eloquently and how powerful these men spoke. You white people really thought that you did something, but what you did was start a revolution that you can't put this genie back in the bottle. The truth, your behavior is out there. And it's never been any secret about how Tennessee really feels about people of color. Hello, God. It's never been a secret. We know how y'all do. We know how the whole Bible Belt does. I'm from the South. I know what that means. But to see these young men accosted, berated, and expelled, they didn't do anything wrong but represent their constituents and the voters. They're out there rallying and protesting for gun control. Peacefully, mind you. He's been threatened, assaulted, and now expelled. But not without having the last motherfucking word, bitch. And those words are really strong and they're profound. And if you don't think that these young people, and people period, because if you stand up, hello God, for human rights, if you stand up for truth and justice, which should be everyone, but we know it ain't everyone, hello God, you will be on these people's team. You will ride for these three people that were expelled, who wanted to speak up and speak out, hello God. And I'm so sorry to that white woman, I don't forgot her name, but girl, she stood up too. And it seems as if President Biden also stands in solidarity with these people as well. We don't care about him because he probably was asleep when they wrote that for him. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. All because they were protesting peacefully. What's up, Key and Carrie? How you doing? Welcome to everybody coming into the building, girl. Again, hit that like button. Subscribe to the platform if you're not already. And make sure to tap that notification bell. That way you're updated every time I'm uploading something new. Yes. But we have to recognize that we're in a different time. And if everyone does their jobs correctly, we can start ousting out a lot of those racist bigots who... There's an assault. Let me tell you this right quick. There's an assault that's been going on for a long time. A mass genocide of people of color. You got people like Eric Mays, who has made headline after headline after headline for being speaking a lot of truths when people don't want to hear that truth. I believe he's a council member of Flint, Michigan. He be going at it with Miss Herkenroder, girl, and he be cussing out everybody, girl, giving their ass the business, girl. Shout out to Eric Mays, honey, okay? And now we have these two young brothers that's coming out of Tennessee Justin Pearson and Justin Jones, and they're just out here on their Martin Luther King and Malcolm X shit. And there's a lot of other people out here who are getting a lot of notoriety. And with the power of social media, more specifically the power of TikTok, and again, touching on that briefly, when the CEO was brought before the Senate, answering these stupid ass questions about, some of them are valid. I do feel like there's all social media platforms I feel like have a disregard for black content creators. Black content creators are not treated fairly, but that's across the board, not just TikTok, but that's everyone. Facebook, YouTube, especially YouTube, hello God. There's a lot of racial disparities there, a lot of bias. But nonetheless, TikTok has been the place where people are getting their voices heard. And I feel like that's why the Senate has pressed so hard on the CEO of TikTok the way that they have, because they don't like when too much truth gets out, because now you can galvanize and you can weaponize the people who were asleep before. Now they're awake. When too many people are awake, hello God, when they breach the fake reality of it all, their consciousness is now activated at a much higher vibration. If there's too many people that are there, it makes it difficult to hide. It makes it more difficult to make you more, malleable. To mold your ass, to put you in the all of the social conditioning mechanisms, girl, that have binded, the human species. And too many free thinkers. Because mind you, there were a few free thinkers back in the day. They were looked at as potheads, and they looked at as, tomfoolery, hooey. What did they say? Blasphemous pseudoscientists. Just all kinds of different names were given to truth seekers and truth tellers. Now there's so many of us out here in the world. Girl, it's hard to say all of us have mental issues. Oh, Lord. But I love it. I love this public display of, criminal activity from white people to black people. What we're seeing here is an affront to democracy. What we're seeing here is people having their constitutional rights pretty much violated through and through, girl. Let's tell the truth. And I think it's, all. And I'm going to tell the truth on this. I believe most, if not all of what's happening in the news. We have Donald Trump in his trial, or, whatever he's going through legally, right? Oh, girl, it's a smokescreen. I hope you all realize that, right? China just signed a deal with Brazil. They'll be doing trade in their own currency. They also signed the same deal with a lot of nations in Africa and Russia. Other Asian countries are soon to follow, which will destroy the value the dollar has held, girl, for about 100 years now, right? Almost. What does that mean for us as Americans? Inflation is going to get even higher because now they're going to have to print even more money. And who's going to be here to pay that bill? We are. Everything goes up but our wages. We're going to see a lot of prisons. A lot of people are going to be hungry, starving, can't afford this, can't afford that. Crime is going to go through the roof, which is going to give all of law enforcement the opportunity to go ahead and to continue to exercise their blatant disrespect and brutality towards black and brown people. We're going to be in the midst of a civil war The people will finally stand up, and because when you've lost it all, right? When everyone's out of a job, when everyone is done being worked to the bone without an increase in pay, now that there's so much going on here today, girl, and I'm drinking, so my mind just flies everywhere. I'm just going to throw things out here at you guys. Grab them if you will. The creator of Cash App was just stabbed to death as they announced the Fed Now program, which is going to be a digital currency platform once we go to a cashless society. Girl. Girl, like, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the past couple months, Bitcoin creators, owners, CEOs, people that own a lot of these digital wallet platforms have been turning up dead. Girl, stop it. It's right in front of us. What's happening? They are trying to bend us to the future will. They're moving quickly, which lets me know that this has been a conversation for a lot longer than what we're seeing play out on the news outlets. People are saying that, oh, you know how difficult it would be to change the way we do business? You know how long that reform would be? You know how many fucking policies are had to not just be written but addressed? You can't just do this overnight. You can't do this in a year. That kind of transition takes a long, long, long time. These are the same people that gave you a vaccine within a year. And now that very thing is, laying the girls out. Well, really, it's the booster shots, but, it's all the same to me, to be honest. This can't be reality. Because I would like to think that this would force even more people that were sleeping to be awake. And once you become awoken, you then need to be able to galvanize, weaponize, and lay waste to anything that threatens your freedom and anything that threatens your very existence. Mark my words, if all of these things come to pass, mind you, this is also, war is happening. I don't know if y'all know, going on Israel, Palestine, they doing their thing again. They shooting missiles again. Let's not forget Russia is still invading Ukraine. Let us not forget that America's left in the cold. We have a few allies left, but eventually, once they turn on us, like I know they will, when the most of the world is running off of their own currencies, they're going to have no choice but to join them. That'll just be a business move. America, girl, we appreciate all these years, but we got to go where the money is. There's no value in America anymore. So now they're going to have to go where there is value. We'll be left in the cold. We will be at war with our government. We will win that war, but at great cost. Many lives will be lost in the process. Trust and believe. This nation will not be the same. Your kids' experience in this life will not be the same. We will be brought to our knees. But then we'll stand up. Girl. Mm. Girl. Sad, really. Um, we talked about smoke screens and this whole Donald Trump thing. I'm not gonna lie, I really do feel like Donald Trump had a lot of flaws, and I spoke out about him a lot on the platform. But I really feel like, why now? Have you guys stopped and thought, why now? Y'all had a lot of evidence on him while he was still president, but we do know it is very difficult, hello God, to bring charges on a sitting president. Okay, even well after he didn't win his reelection. You guys still had a lot on him, so you said, to take him down. Now that you have realized that he wants to run again, don't y'all find it kind of weird that now all of a sudden? See, the thing about it is Donald Trump wasn't scared of anybody. That was the only thing I liked about him. He was so rich. He is so rich. He doesn't have to really worry about people liking him or pandering for votes or pandering for a check, because he could literally do it all himself a couple of times over. I don't think a lot of what's been happening would be happening if Trump was our president. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I know I probably sound foolish to most people, but I live for the fact that this man purely did not give a fuck. We do not. I don't care how much friends we are in NATO to these countries, girl. I don't care about any of that. We do not need to be giving out billions of dollars in aid when our own people are suffering. And while this is going on, all these major powers are now about to turn their backs on us. The dollar is literally about to lose. And I love Trump because he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman. He wasn't beholden to the Democrats, the Republicans, or the who what's the other one, girl? Independents. And he wasn't beholden. Girl, he was rich, or he's a businessman. The way he calculates things is going to be totally different than someone who was a career politician now turned president. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's crazy, but couldn't it be just that crazy? That the man that we believe is really the sinister, evil person could have actually been the one to save us? Actually, he wouldn't have needed to save us, because I don't think we even would have got this far into the shit. Biden and Harris have totally fucked us. And then we have not been paying attention to our local governments either. And we've allowed these racist bigots to run rampant with the very power that people have given them. And then we want to take that power away, and you're telling us we can't? The U.S. Constitution, and I think one of the reasons they don't teach the U.S. Constitution is because people don't understand that there's a clause in the U.S. Constitution that states that if at any moment the people are faced with a tyrannical government, they have the right to physically overthrow them. We've talked about that a lot here on the platform. The U.S. Constitution does state that. These people have been allowed to run amok in this country. Law enforcement really does feel as if they have way more power than the Supreme Court. They feel, in their mentality and in the culture that they've bred these officers, we want to sit here and point the finger at individual officers for the fuckery that they do in the streets. We got to point the finger at the very places, the entities that hire these people. They allow this to go on. And the only reason they put a stop to any of it is because now people are reporting every last bit of their experiences with law enforcement. If people didn't record, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. A 20-year veteran has been arrested because he was video recorded, beating the hell, police brutality against a black man who didn't do anything. 20-year veteran. He just now started beating black people. He just now started being an asshole. No, this is the first time he's been caught on camera, bitch. So it's a culture. Y'all been knew these people. I guarantee you they have plenty. Oh, we just filed a deep dive request for Informations Act or whatever, and we found out the 20-year veteran has had multiple complaints filed against him. Okay, so we know that this is something that's a pattern of behavior now. Y'all are aware that this officer has been running amok for the last 20 years in the very communities he's sworn to protect and serve. Look what New Jersey, I think it was New Jersey that's ousted all of their police force and they're hiring from scratch. I live for that. The Attorney General came through and said, girl, please, what the fuck y'all got going on up in here? All this corruption. I apologize, y'all. I'm laying down. I'm not watching the chat. I'm just running through my mind. I apologize if I'm not paying attention. This drink got me laid out, girl. Just food for thought, y'all. That's all I'm saying, girl. That's all I'm saying. These people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes, and they're mad that it's not working. So are we ever gonna get the results? Did y'all find these pieces of UFOs from a couple months ago from February, girl? I would love to know. Like, again, we talk about smoke screens being put up because they know that we have the attention span of a gnat. So let's throw up some more controversy, some more chaotic bullshit to get their minds off of the real things that they really wanted the answers for. But because now this new juicy, salacious tea has been exposed, the people are going to be focused on this now. So I still want to know, what the fuck were those things flying in the sky that y'all supposedly shot down? It shouldn't be taking y'all this long to find the wreckage and to identify what the fuck it was. I want that tea. Hello, God. What the fuck is going on with these few train derailments down there in Houston, or was it Dallas? I forget. It was Texas and Ohio, and I believe somewhere else. I would love to know, what are y'all doing to curb, hello, God, the disease and the strain of fuck shit that is going to befall these towns? I would love to know, what are y'all doing besides silencing truth seekers and tellers? Hello, God. Again, pay attention to what's really happening in the world. California's on a whole mudslide, girl. They about to fall into the Pacific Ocean soon. What's going on with California, girl? We gonna talk about these things? Or we gonna tiptoe around them? We're going to throw some other shit, some clouds of confusion your way. Period. What's up with these fast food restaurants? 5,000 restaurants have been cited, girl, for fucking manufacturing their food with plasticides. We talked about that in the video I did the other day. They're literally being sued right now, and they're still in production. McDonald's is still open. Burger King is still open. KFC is still open. These plasticides cause cancer. They cause other fucking diseases as well. Skittles has ingredients in it that have proven to alter your DNA structure. They don't sell them in other countries like that because of that known fact. But we still sell Skittles in our corner stores, bitch. Are we going to sit here and act like Dr. Fauci had nothing to do? Girl, we found out that the lab, hello God, was funded by him with the outbreak of Miss Rona. Why isn't he on trial and facing the Senate? Girl, y'all over here pressing the CEO of TikTok, but y'all need to be pressing. I need Dr. Fauci to be called to the carpet, girl. Y'all over here sitting trying to change the narrative and try to talk about the LGBT community because this trans person shot up a school. Now it's like, ooh, where's the LGBT? Girl, that's an isolated incident. Don't bring us into that foolishness. Maybe if people raise their kids better not to be so much foolishness and evil doing ways out here, because these kids are ruthless today. They're bullying everyone. And let me tell you this too, I'm going to be real. Suck it up, bitch. It's part of growing up. You're going to get picked on. A lot of y'all hoes are too sensitive. It is what it is. You know how many names I was called growing up? How many times I didn't go around here blowing up schools and doing this and that and the third? A lot of these little emo kids out here. Oh my God, I just want to be in the house all day and got all this fucking anxiety. Girl, welcome to life. And a lot of that shit be at home too. Y'all be letting y'all kids just be mean as hell. Y'all don't go to the schoolhouse and check them to see how your kid doing. Your kid class clown, trying to roast people and shit, being mean and being a bully to people. So it's 2 and 2. I agree, girl. Take a joke. It ain't even a joke. People trying to really hurt your feelings because they don't share your, belief systems or your understanding of, being a trans person. Maybe that was the case. I don't care. All in all, bitch, don't be shooting up no motherfucking school. And now, again, I always tell it, when it's LGBT, that's when people start calling it out. I believe this may be the first trans person to ever, or a person of our community, period, bitch, to shoot up a school. Meanwhile, all of these old weird-ass white boys, hello God, y'all just gonna... Girl, please. This can't be reality, girl. Period. This can't be reality. Well, that's all I really have for right now, girl. I just, wanted to come and serve a little truth and justice, talk some shit. Yeah. I might go live again tomorrow. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to nothing. But I might, if I don't go live, then I'm definitely going to give y'all another video. Because I really want to talk about something here. And I'm going to preface it with this. That'll end this out. Because it'll be perfect. I need our black people, right? The diehard Christians, the ones that truly believe in Jesus and God and everything else, especially the people that believe in the Bible. Walk with me real quick. Don't judge me. Don't cast me out just yet, right? But riddle me this. The Bible, I'm just going to talk about I separate the Bible from Jesus and God, right? Because I feel like the Bible specifically was man-made. It was made to serve a controlling purpose. You know what I mean? To kind of push and guide and to instill a lot of fear in humanity based on the times. Okay? It's probably, religion period is probably the biggest form of social control, social conditioning that we'll probably ever bear witness to. If you really look at people that are really touchy about their faith, they're really, girl, they really get into the bag of it all, girl. And they'll be doing some weird shit in the name of that. You feel me? Like, ooh, girl, the brainwashing is so real. But I would like to leave my black folks with this. Um, White people came to our motherland and stole our people, brought them over here. And this is where our ancestors were then introduced to the Bible. The only thing that our ancestors were approved, this was approved reading, girl, for our ancestors. They couldn't read anything else. They didn't even want them to know how to read or, or write. They didn't want them to be educated because, we all know an educated mind is curious, and you get curious about questioning their so-called truth, the truth that has been beaten into you. And when you question that truth and you realize that it ain't true at all, hello God, you start to rebel. And then when you start to rebel, well, we have a war on our hands. And master can't really keep the title of master if all his slaves are, aware, if they're educated, if they're knowledgeable. Yeah. And the desire to they wanted, see, the thing about it is they had to beat them down so hard, right? They wanted to strip away integrity, strength. They wanted them to only identify as slaves. They even took their names away from them, girl. All the names that we have now were originally given to us from white people. Think about that. Yeah, these aren't our last names. Our last name, our family last name, came from the ancestors' plantation owners. Hmm. Their God was also given to our ancestors. Well, not given, my bad. It was beaten into them. So the question that I have is, the black church and black religious fanatics and zealots is what I like to call them, with pastors, preachers, ushers, the girls that really cite that Bible really hard. I just have that question though. Like, you can really believe in a God that never came to save you. Singing the hymns, getting all righteous. I grew up in a religious household myself. A couple of my foster parents were heavy in the church, girl, and they would literally beat us when we didn't go to church or we would wake up late for church. And it's just that same mentality that was fed to their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle. It's perpetual as fuck, right? It just kills me to know that we go so hard for the very religion that was never our own to begin with. Your God, or the Western God that was beat into you, did not save you. Actually, your prayers were never answered. 500 plus years of slavery. Where was this God when they were creating the Constitution that didn't even consider you to be a human being? Where was your God when these people literally were murdering and killing our ancestors? Where was this God that was forced in? See, white people loved the idea of the Bible because it promoted slavery. There's a passage in the Bible that speaks of to obey your earthly masters, and white people love that because it was created from white people. I also want people to understand this. Do you know that the King James Version, King James was actually a queen? Hello, God. She was one of us, girl. And as a gift to her lover, she had the Bible translated. Now, how do you translate a Bible that was never, that was written in a dead language? The language, you can't decipher when you don't have a deciphering key, when you don't have someone to translate it. So let's go ahead and please, this guy's paying a lot of money. Hello, God. Let's go ahead and just make it sound good. Now, I believe there is a God. I don't know so much about believing in Jesus too much, to be honest with you. Again, I need some evidence to support that. I look at a lot of the things And again, I won't be here too much longer. I will be leaving in a couple of minutes, but I do want to say this. Where are the headstones for those people? And even with the Bible situation, I think the Bible was created about, I forget, I had it written down somewhere. Actually, hold on, girl. Is it right here? No, that's not it. The Bible was written a very long time ago, but Adam and Eve were not the first people on this planet, as the Bible would depict, right? Mm, mm. I'm going to leave y'all with that food for thought, though. Adam and Eve were not the first people. The Bible will lead you to believe that Adam was created, and then Eve was created from a rib of his girl or whatever in the dust of the earth and all that shit. To depict them as the first people on this planet, they were not the first people on this planet. They may have been the first type of their type of people on this planet, but they were not the first humans on this planet. And there's a lot of science to back that up. It's crazy because there's more science that refutes all of the Bible's bullshit than there is people that can sit up and stand in the Bible's bullshit. And then when you meet them with that energy, they get upset. I believe there's a God because things are a little bit too perfect for there not to be one. And the real riveting thing that people are going to get mad at me about, can God, aliens, science, the Big Bang, universe, consciousness, hello God, spirit realm, magic, can't all of this stuff exist in the same experience? I believe it can. Technically it does. No, it actually does. We're going to get into more of that though. I love y'all and I really do appreciate you guys. I'm so sorry, like towards this part, I just really wasn't into the chat like that. I just been laying here. Girl, that drink is strong, girl. Hello, God. But I do love you guys. Thank you again. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, girl. All of the things. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, be blessed and never stressed. And remember that health is wealth. Lex, I'll definitely pay attention to my mailbox this week. As always, I do appreciate you, boo. And I appreciate all the supporters and everybody who just loves on me. And again, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.